classic orange shirt video, and I'm making a video about Neptune moving into Aries, which I don't know if you've noticed, but I sure have. I've noticed reality is shifting. It's changing. Now, when I say reality, I'm talking about the plasmatic field and then how everything appears. And I can't describe what has changed, but everything seems high definition to me. And I'm also getting a lot of downloads, tons, from between. I'm doing ECLIPSE SANDWiCH because I'm triggered off by the 23 Pisces, well, Virgo moon when it was full at 23, right on my Venus. And then now the solar eclipse is on my Mars. Isn't that weird? The moon was on my Venus, and then the sun is on my Mars. It's a very hyperactive time around this time of year for everybody, really. Is that way with the Aries sun. Spring is very energetic for a lot of people. And for me in particular, it it it's kind of, it's a rebirth of my chart. It's the sun is now rising. Actually, it's moving into my, the way it works is it's moving into my first house. And for everybody though, it does that. See, because I say that because I'm an Aries rising and it's at home there, and so I legitimately say I'm humanity because they're experiencing the same thing as I am, and as I am. That's the saying of Aries is the I am. It would be great for people to learn astrology because it starts to point at the kind of mystical hocus pocus taboo stuff that the hippies are talking about. And it's like, it's not really hocus pocus or taboo. I mean, it's spiritual. It's called spiritual. And it's pointing at, I can't imagine some people like they don't know, have a conversation, like they don't ask a question about their, like, what's going on here, their belonging here, what's happening, like their interaction, like, why am I here? How is all this happening? Like, as far as what is this, this huge arena. See, I flashed to that people hide inside of other minds, right? And that's how they stay safe, I guess, but it's completely meta. Talk about meta, babes. The first meta is the human mind when it's left unseen by itself. And then it's being programmed to hallucinate the same thing? Or is it just the same? Well, see, fear is the same, right? It starts to mask itself, though, in many ways, but even that can be detected. It's all the same. And that's the thing, is that fear is just a very basic signal that doesn't cover much, right? And it's using tactics of manipulation and all kinds of stuff like that to talk about, to cover itself up and to compensate. So anyway, what was this video about? Well, Neptune going into Aries. Do you see the reason why reality is going to shift? See, if you don't notice it now, see, I think that there's a little bit of a break for some people because of the way Neptune is going to go into Aries on the 31st, and it goes in and it hovers at this 0 point, which is so remarkable. I love it. Does it hit 1 degree? Pardon me while I look. You'd think I'd be able to remember this stuff, right? But I'm very much doing the Neptunian vibe, which is Pisces and a half, you know, and I'm fine. I need to do my art. See, I'm getting very worried about how taken up I am by the illusion of the world when I'm actually an artist that needs to be set free, and just giving my guitar and can I get that together, you know, and see, there's a lot of YouTubers here, and not that I'm a YouTuber at all. No, I'm somebody who lives in reality. Yeah. And so, talk about the Neptune going into reality. It's affecting me. You know, I'm Aries rising at 6 degrees, and so let's look at the Neptune here. Where does it go? Okay, so I see in May, it actually does hit 1 degree, and then it hits 2 degrees in June, and then it starts to go retrograde in July, which is very interesting because the stuff that people are going to be learning, and how that I'm tripping out on some stuff, very important that we stay in meditation and try to elevate yourself to this experience that we're having called reality. You know, it's that place where, you know, some people come up to me and they say, "Hey, Shauna, what you been up to?" And I'm like, "Well, what I've been up to? I'm up to now." Lucky them. You know, they're there now. I'm there now. So I can't, you know, but anyway, so yeah, I can't really explain the rules. It's like, really, it's always happening, and I love the kind of memory I store, which is no matter how bad it can get. See, I'm learning. You know, it's useful. And anyway, so when Neptune goes retrograde, it's going to start revealing something about the veil that is the veil, the matrix of reality itself. See, a lot of people don't know. You know, when they talk about the matrix, they're talking about the matrix of man and stuff. But no, they there's parts in that movie, now that I think about it, it's kind of interesting. Gotta watch it again, I guess. I never really did watch it. I know it's an old movie too, and it very much has Buddhist principles in it as far as the way it's trying to communicate something about something. And so there's the matrix of man, right? Which is just this backdrop. Backdrop to what, Shauna? There's the matrix of reality. There's the matrix of all matter. See, that's basically, to me, I think that, yes, the sun has to do with the sun up there. It has to do with it. Pardon me while I adjust myself here. Um, because it's interacting atomically with us, rendering out our experience here. Pardon me. I'll try to talk a little bit more. I need to get some sleep. It's not really, oh my gosh, it's almost 11, and that's I have some beans going, and it's looking like they'll be done in a couple more hours, few more hours. I just put some wild rice in it, so the rest of the couple hours they'll get done, and some extra water for them in there. Um, Not a lot of rice. It's a little, you know, so it's going to be sparsed out. It's a wild rice. Not sure how good that is for us. I mean, I keep hearing weird stuff about rice, right? They're trying to tell us not to eat all kinds of stuff. Really, just don't eat, and then we'll die. And it's like, man, that was easy. Huh. Yeah, better than whatever happened at the Holocaust. Sorry. Um, I should get some sleep. I've been doing a lot of meditation. I can't tell you. I am getting so many fucking downloads, and I'm learning so much about that too. That's part of it. That it's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming. Because there's a 3D reality, right? That, and the practical means that I'm looking at that. My spirit guides, yeah, they're spirit guides, are trying to tell me, don't worry about that right now. Just worry about your microcosm. I'm like, okay, yeah, my microcosm? My freaking washing machine bit the dust. Well, I think it's a retrograde thing, so I unplugged it, and I'm going to leave it unplugged, And I bet you anything when it goes retrograde, I'm gonna wait till it goes clear into Aries, Mercury, before I try to plug it in again. And I noticed, yeah, I'm being directly affected by the Mercury retrograde and the Venus retrograde because it happens to just go over my ascendant and then go back and then it's going to go forth again. See, it's going to do a 1, 2, 3 on me. And a lot of people who have the early degree cardinal, but then they're also being affected by the late degree Mars too. So any cardinal right now, anybody who has Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, are being affected heavily. And we're so done with the Mars thing, right? And see, there's stuff already happening. Well, I mentioned in my last video, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, you'll hear it. I didn't hear it anywhere first, but I looked at it, and no, they used free energy weapons to disintegrate some of the buildings at the Thai earthquake. It's a massive earthquake that happened, and I just think that that earthquake might have been triggered off by underground scalar wave activity that the deep state military is doing. Yeah. See, babes, when the Trump administration happened last time, if you don't notice, if you didn't notice, it was so strange. See, there were fires, and no, those fires were not normal. In the United States, that's what I'm talking about, in California. And then all the floods that happened, see, they unleashed the weather. And then that's what happened here. It was in 2018 or 17 or 18 or 19. Um, the roads gushed out from the fire. There was a fire. It tried to come here. You know, a madman came around and tried to light us on fire here, and it didn't make it here. It's hard to get fire inside of a bowl. And I evacuated. I chose to evacuate. It was a very, very dangerous situation, but it's always dangerous. But I managed to drive around. But the road blew out and was closed for like a little over a year or something, or more like 8 or 9 months. And but yeah, then see between that time too, in the middle of that, there were earthquakes happening while there were cyclones out at sea, but no, the earthquakes were just like happening like crazy. Another thing that happened, babes, this did happen. See, I remember we were kind of, now, the way that the roads washed out here in the mountains, it was kind of neat. There was only one road going, there's two roads that were washed out, and there was only one road that went clear around like 75 miles out of the way just to get in a certain place. It took 75 mile, there was a 75-mile detour. I'm not kidding. And so, what I'm saying is that I remember it was raining and there was a lot of weather, but it cleared up and it got to be, now what was it? It was like, I don't know, it was springtime and or it started happening, I don't know, but the lightning storm, there was a lightning storm that, no, that was 100% manufactured. I'm very aware, and I'm always watching storms. I am a storm chaser. I love chasing the thunderstorms that were supposed to happen around here, but they just kind of didn't happen anymore. In the summertime, we used to have monsoons, and I came up here just excited to be with the weather, but then it stopped, kept on evaporating. But anyway, they can do it small scales now, but now they have control of the ionosphere with the Gwen Tower / what Elon Musk is putting in the air. You bet. And I remember the sound of that lightning bolt. See, people were getting very frightened. It was not normal. It was not the normal sound of thunder. No, it was so strange. It was so strange. It was very metallic sounding. So the way I can explain it, some of it almost sounded like laser beam almost, but no, it's like the way that it sounded very metallic. So anyway, yeah, that's the Trump administration. It's happening again now. Oh, we've had fires in Pacific Palisades, and now Thailand has this extraordinarily large earthquake. And those buildings, why did they build those buildings such like that? What a ridiculous scene. If it was that dangerous with faults and stuff, why would they do that? See, I just think that it's so-called man-made, but really it's something. They have weaponry, babes, and they're Trump is 100% affiliated with the Tesla crew, who they were trying to get into Iran to get the time travel and teleportation key. You bet. And they have a smoke screen with the Palestinian and the Israel thing, and Israel is decimated. There is no more of that. There's where we have a free war for all going all around the globe as far as who's going to set up um, for them what. I mean, it's a small world after all, but there's a large global arena where intelligences can just congregate and migrate, and yeah. No, I get the feeling though that say over there in Arabia, Iran, where they do control the oil. See, that place over there is so technologically advanced. They really are though. We don't see it. They don't let us see it. Nope. We couldn't get into Iran very well. We can see some places, and they show us the worst of the worst. Like, and really there's trees there. It's not always, I'm sure that they have respect over there for men and women there probably better than we do over here. I don't know. We really don't know. Who are you talking about? We, Shauna? Over here, us being held captive in the United States and even Australia, anywhere else. I mean, we cannot get into Iran. No, not Iran, because there's where all of the major technology that Tesla knows that is there, and they back engineer it, and they've done that. And welcome to more Shauna Sci-Fi. It's 17 minutes, and I'm managing to do another um, orange shirt video. And yeah, just that's what's going to be happening with the Trump administration. Those people are they're affiliated with, like I said, Tesla, stuff that you can't imagine that has already been going on. I think uh, as far as like when you want to talk about aliens, it's really just civilizations that are hidden, and they have the capability of doing these things. The reason why and they would be released here, I don't know. Thanks for listening to this, but really, it's probably because it's just an experiment. It's like, well, can they do it? What to do? Hope they don't do it, and it is done. And when they start doing it, like especially particularly the atom bombs and stuff, that's where you see the other civilization intervene, and they literally like um, defuse. Pardon me, a little bit hairy. You know how that can get, right? Now people that have cat allergies would was gonna hate this video, but yeah, we've seen those, right? You use your computer, right? You've seen that video where there's a warhead. It's a nuclear warhead, and a darn spaceship, a little something. You can hardly see it, but you can see how it zaps it away. And the military is experiencing that all the time. And so anyway, thanks for listening to this. The main topic of this video, to recap, is to talk about Neptune. Neptune and how reality is not going to be the same. See, we're going to see something strange about reality itself, That's what Aries is, the I am. It 100% includes human aperture. That's what reality is. It's the human being. It's the interaction of we don't really know what it is. We have words that we talk about, but it's electrical. You can get more general and say it's 100% electrical, it's atomic. That way it's a light show. See the atomic, say when you say atomic, how Einstein says an atom is 99.99% empty space. And it's because it's an oscillating thing that is rendering up matter. It's weird that I'll be talking about this, but no, this is what's coming on. Sorry, I have cat hair. And I've already seen it. See, just interact with it. You have two hands and you have your imagination. Now you cannot go any farther in creation of creation. You can't go any farther than what you have interacted with. See, your imagination is of no use unless it has its hands on the truth. And you're doing a positive loop feed. I say do this positive loop feed because what I really mean is healthy. You want to find out what worked there, and then you remember that, and that's how you're learning what to learn. Anything useful to store something in your brain. Sorry, my cat is starting to fuck with the fucking wire here. Can you believe that? She's that kind of cat. Perfect fucking. I'll talk about a Matrix cat, babe. A glitch. That it's from the distraction crew. And it's like, me as an Aries rising, I'm kind of feeling better a little bit. Not really though. It's like, oh God, we have great ambition. Perhaps we have a vision. I'm talking about all of humanity here. Pardon me while I just have to get rid of this cat. Get it away from here. Fucking A, man. You know what I mean? She gets right in back of here, and then she's going to reach around and fuck with the wiring that has already been fucked with by another cat that knocked the whole damn thing down. It's not really, whether it's a glitch or not is another story. Thanks for listening. God, I'm feeling these Mars transits. It's coming up to square Chiron and stuff, and the way that Neptune is moving into the sign of Aries, I don't think it's going to be any good for people. Really, people are going to rise up, and they're going to be like leaders. All of these leaders are going to rise up. Oh God, it's going to be hideous because do they really know? See, there are going to be a lot of people that really do know, but then there's going to be people that are trying to thumb them down and do reactive abuse. It's going to be just amplified. Yes, I've already kind of experienced a little bit of it, and it's like, you know what? I've also experienced that scholars and real life workers, like the courthouse, they do have. If you really look into that place, that place needs to open up. By the way, I'm telling you, it's empty. And it needs to be that the human race, there's just two types here, goes there and says, hey, fucking people, we are here. But see, I say it can be done through social media here. Instead of going to court, you just alert the monitor that you're here by using the system, the decoding system that I popped in with. See, I'm really stressed out right now about little bills that I have to pay. It's a little bit, but no, I'm really worried about losing everything, and I don't want that to happen. See, nobody should have to have that happen. And see, I cannot, and you cannot. Nobody can, really. It's a struggle. It's ridiculous. Nobody can work that system right now that's turned inside out and backwards and completely reversed on us. I've tried to explain that, and there's where I'm getting downloads. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling because I'm getting downloads. I cannot explain to you how I can see it. I can see the patterning. I know what I need to say, and I won't be able to say it. But I probably over 6 months now, I'm dialing in. It's like, okay, does it have to do with these fucking eclipses? Pardon me while I try to talk too. I'm excited about it, and it's real, and I've been doing really good. See, the call is, and the call is for everybody, is to meditate. Meditate as long as that fucking Mars is in Cancer still and this amazing Neptune thing is going on. See, I'm going to put this on, I'm going to replace it with another video. It's more up to date. See, some videos are not updated, and I am getting slammed with not only downloads, but I'm not being recharged yet. I'm going through some kind of challenge, and everybody might be feeling something with that, right? It has to do with our love life. It has to do with our communications, 100% communications, and our love lives. Now, Venus, talk about, and Pisces, together, they are communicating. On one level, it was from Aries. Now they're going back into Pisces, which is very, very telepathic. Communicating like a fish communicates with the membrane of the entire ocean, and yeah, through their skin, kind of a way. It's very empathic, very telepathic, very metaphysical, very. Thanks for listening to this. It's a lot of energy in the air. Have you been feeling it? See, I'm going to put this up. I guess I'll put this up on the eclipse, on the day of the eclipse, because I see that I have no videos on that day, and I do have this orange shirt saga, videos coming up here, and I might be taking some down. I don't know. I don't like the ones where I'm complaining about my personal life and how trapped I am in my, really, I see now that I'm getting a lot of downloads about that, babes. There's something going on with that, and it does have to do with men and women and the programming that's going on, like who controls the money. Well, the stigma and the stereotype is that money, men make the money, right? But it's not really always it. No, there's women that make a lot of money and men don't make a damn dime. And see, but now what scenario was I talking about? Oh, it's something that's coming up. It's like, well, I can't talk about it now. I mean, I got downloads about it, but it's to refine and talk about, yes, about what exactly is happening here, kids. There's a lot of distractions, but there's something actually happening here that can be known, because it seems like this other shit that's going on is like, it just seems like it's, well, what do we do that for, and do we need to do that, and right? It's just a big distraction. So hang tight. Well, this Neptune in Aries is going to enlighten, it's going to spark up the part of the organism that is ambitious to just work it. And there's where real life leaders, I mean, it's going to be generational, but it's like 165 years of something that has been lying dormant and is ready to come up. And if you ask me, that number of expanse of time is peculiar to think about, because I've kind of mentioned it before. It's like, well, it's just a certain amount of time where your memory is wiped, and all you have is just this memory of a war. A story is left from trauma that doesn't die. And okay, so thanks for listening to this, you guys.